This is a video to show how crammed up all the equipment is in the Kahuna, and we'll kind of walk through it so you can better understand the different elements that are built into the amplifier. Starting over here in the left corner is a small 110 volt transformer that produces a 12 volt DC for the bias of the transistors and the relays, and is activated with across half the windings of the 220 volts that feed the main transformer. Back here are the transmit-receive relays that have been replaced from the original Russian ones to good old USA manufacture, and have worked very well. They're 12 volt relays. You can't quite see it, but underneath the filter board, which is upside down, is the transformer that was specially wound. It has a 210 volt primary, and you can see the secondary cables coming out and how big they are to carry the substantial current. Basically, the transformer was designed to put out 39 volts root mean square AC at over 50 amps. And the output of that transformer is feeding into parallel bridge rectifiers that are rated at 50 amps. And then those in turn are connected to this bank of capacitors, four that have substantial capacity to feed the necessary current to the transistors. And then down under there is the soft start solid state relay, and there's a little rectifier board that feeds off of the 12 volts coming from the transformer over here, and that's used to fire the relays and the bias for the transistors. And then there's a little kind of sloppy looking input circuit here which attenuates the feed, and then the circuit board itself you can get is mounted in such a way that it's really difficult to get to, and again it's mounted on the copper spreader, which in turn is mounted on the aluminum heatsink, and that in turn is cooled by the two muffin fans. So there's not a lot of room, and then the output of the unit comes via the coaxial cable and into the filter board, and the filter board's turned upside down so you can't really see it in order to fit in here, and the output of that feeds into another coaxial cable which goes out to the relays. And down here is a little power light which comes on when the amp's turned on. So that's the story. This little probe here measures the temperature of the copper spreader. And there's actually a circuit on the copper spreader which is a heat activated and removes the bias from the transistors if the temperature of the spreaders reach 80 Celsius, which they've never done. The transistors will actually handle 100 Celsius. So that's the story of the Kahuna. I hope you enjoyed it.